Heyo, what's going on, guys? What's up? How is everyone doing here today? My TGD fam, my TGD crew. Hope you guys are in full effect. You guys have a nice day today? Today was an okay day for me. It was a decent day. I had four trades technically, if you count. I did enter a new swing trade today, so I'm going to tell you guys about that one. I mean, my last swing trade, my goodness. Has anybody seen Sun W lately? Has anybody seen Sun W lately? That stock went to $20. That was my swing trade from January 7th. We bought that stock at $8. Stock went to $20 today. I'm no longer in that position. I've sold out of that entire swing. I entered a brand new one today. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that one and what I expect that to do. Other than that, I had a couple of trades today. I had one really nice big win on POLA. I had a loss on that BBIG or BBIG. And then I had a break-even trade on ACST. So with all that being said, a break-even, one loss, and then one win. The POLA was a nice win. It was a 17% gain, and that brought me well into the green on the day. Not a huge day. Like, it wasn't anything like yesterday. Yesterday was a huge day with those two big short squeezes, but just a green day, a solid green day. I'm not going to be, I'm not, there's nothing to write home about, but I'm not upset about it. Just locking a green day. We'll see what happens with this swing trade though. There's a very key level that we've got to be able to break through. So nice. Way to go, Daniel. Yeah. 1,300 guys. If you've been following my channel here for the last couple of weeks, literally since January 7th, I talked about Sun W every day on my live stream. If you guys go back to January 7th and watch my live stream from the 7th, the 8th, and so on and so on, I talked about Sun W every day on my live stream. So that was one of my best swing trades that I think I've had in a while. From $8 all the way, now the stock's at 20. I sold out around 13, but the stock is now at 20. Congrats to anyone that's on this channel that is still in that trade. Just like what I had suspected, that with the Democrats taking over control of the Senate, it was right after that is when I put that trade on, because I thought that green energy, green tech, all the solar stocks, I thought they were going to rock. And if you look at your solar stocks, man, my God, Sun Power, Sun W, First Solar. I mean, there's just all of your solar stocks are absolutely on fire ever since Democrats took control of the Senate. I wish I bought more. I wish I bought more of the solar companies. I wish I bought them all. But listen, nonetheless, we've got an awesome live stream here tonight. You guys having a nice week? You guys having a good week? I want to sound off, guys. Sound off today if you guys are having a nice week. My TTG fam, go ahead, comment. I want to know if you guys are having a pretty good week. We're going to finish the week off strong next week. If you guys made some money this week, I want to know about it. Comment in chat. Sound off for my TTG fam. Welcome if you are brand new. First thing you want to do is subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Why? I share golden nuggets of information and education on every single one of my live streams. My goal with all these lives is for you to be a better trader when we're done than you were before we started. For those who do not know, my name is Michael Edward. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. I began my career right out of college working for a fund where I was taught how to trade. I did not figure any of this stuff out on my own. This isn't something that I figured out in my mother's basement, okay, or anything like that. I was taught. I was taught by professional traders on Wall Street, and that's how I have implemented. That's what I use to implement my trading here today. It's what's made me the trader that I am today, and that's what I share, that education experience, with all my TG family members. And I provide you guys with golden nuggets of that information on every single one of these lives. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. If you guys haven't done so already, smash that like button, as I've got a pretty exciting live stream for you guys here tonight, because I have not one guest for you guys tonight on this live stream, but I have two guests tonight on this live stream. So we're going to have a lot of fun on this live. I'm super stoked. I'm excited. What do we got? Creative, 11 of 12 green today. Sean Miller, my boy, 4th green day. Tomorrow, looking for a first 3-week green in a row ever. Let's get it. Nicely done. Very nice. Up 36,000. Amon is up $3,200 this week. That's okay, Mike. Mike's not a great week, but still a positive week. Green is good, man. Green is good. Sharro's down $600 for the week. Don't, guys, listen, if you guys are down this week, don't worry about it. Go back, review your trades. Okay, review your trades. Learn from the mistakes. All right, spend some time. Make sure you guys are journaling, keeping track of all your trades. Way to go, Curtis. Way to fight from red to green on the day. Nicely done. Yeah, QT. I think you mean QTT. QTT was a big one today. $6,200. Really nicely done. G Dozier, 3 green days in a row. Great job. Johnny B with the $400 NVIDIA calls. NVIDIA, huge move today at the end of the day. Did you guys see AMD after hours? AMD with a nice big pop. Jacob Greiko, solid week, my man. $12,000 week. John Long made $3,000 today. Way to go, Judy. Judy says it's a green week. That means it's a great week. My boy Joe Alvarez is up 35%. Republic of David, 7 for 8 on their trades this week. $1,600 on NNOX for Rotan 1231. Susie Laurie was 5 for 5 today. Susie, great job. Great job. Kicked my ass today. Great job. Russell, first red day in 11 days. All good streaks have to come to an end, Russell. Don't sweat it, my man. You'll come back and you'll nail them tomorrow. Way to go. Yes, Christina Chong, 5-figure week. I love it. I love it. C-Note has only had 3 red days since December 16th. That's incredible. That's over a month with only 3 red days. Great job. Lenore, 18 trades this month. Only 3 of them red. Average win of 2.5 R. Very nice, Lenore. Very nice. Samir, first red day today, but stuck to my stops and minimized losses. Nevertheless, $7,000 week. That's a nice week, Samir. Great job. Really great job. Way to go, Marky Mark. Choppy day, but still pulled out $4,000. Great job. Great job. Steve is up 5K in 90 days. Good job, Steve. Nice. John Long, $3,000 today. Biggest day yet. Great job. Really great job. I love it. I really love it, guys. Really nice job. Really nice job. Good. I'm glad. All right, guys. Awesome. I love seeing everything. I can now day trade. You saw, yes, Green Bull. Yes, guys. Big, huge shout out to Queen Bull. If you guys saw my live stream last night, I had Queen Bull on as my guest. She sent me her gains today. She sent me a screenshot. She is now officially out of PDT Rule, has grown that account to over $25,000. Queen Bull, everybody give a big shout out and a big congratulations to Queen Bull. Great job. Hell yeah, nicely done. Angel Torres is averaging $320 a day. Very nice. That'll keep the job away. Great job. Frank Castle, $3,600 today while at work. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love this stuff. I love seeing you guys. I love reading all these comments. But guys, listen, I know that we always, like I said, every single one of these lives, people come on, they talk about the money that they're making or they talk about the money that they're up, but it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Okay. You're going to have red days. You're going to have red trades. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, but understanding how to lose properly is crucial. Like you saw Samir's comment before. Aaron, great job, $5,600 day. You saw Samir. Samir was one of his first red days in a while. I don't remember what the comment was, but stuck to his stop losses and managed the risk and ended up with an extremely manageable loss. It's inevitable. It's impossible for you guys to go through your trading for the year and never have a losing trade. It's not possible. So if we know that losing is part of trading, then you have to be able to understand how to lose properly. And that's something that a lot of traders do not do not really understand. And it all comes down to proper position sizing and risk management. And that's something that maybe we can talk about a little bit later, a little bit later on this live stream. So we have a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. I'm going to do things a little bit differently here today. We're going to dive right into the trades. Okay, we're going to get right to the charts because, like I said, I've got not one, but two guests that I want to bring on here tonight to talk to you guys. So let's dive in. All right, let's dive in. Let's go right to the charts. I'm going to talk to you guys about my one trade was a break-even trade, so it's kind of irrelevant. The other one, I'm going to go over my one losing trade in that BBGI, and I'm going to talk to you guys about my winning trade on POLA. Okay, G Dozy says I would be blown up my account and quit if it was not for TGD. 7 month was bumpy ride. Now I have no doubt I will make lots of trading. Finally consistent. Great job, G Dozier. Great job. Finally getting consistent. That's awesome. I hate to see traders that give up before actually giving themselves a chance to see if they're a good trader or not, because you guys have to realize that if your thought process is I'm going to open up an account, I'm going to dump some money into it, I'm just going to start trading, and if I make money, great. If I don't, I don't. I hate that, because if you're just going to do that, the chances of you failing is so extremely high without getting any type of education or learning how to actually trade. And if you don't get any of that education, and you don't understand exactly what you're doing, then the chances of failure are so much higher. And it's a shame when that happens with traders, because you have no idea. You could actually be an amazing trader that has what it takes to trade full time, but you're never going to know because you never gave yourself a chance to actually see if you can do it, because you were never taught. It's like, somebody, I've never played badminton a day in my life. I might be the world's greatest badminton player, but I'm never going to know because I never tried to play badminton. Nobody ever showed me how to play badminton. Okay, so I have no idea. Maybe I'm the world's greatest cricket player. I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. I'm a really good baseball player, but, I don't know. Okay, I've never tried. Nobody ever showed me how to play the game, so I'll have no idea. It's similar like that with trading. It's like, I hate when I see people just give up before they actually get themselves an education. So do not be part of that statistic. Get yourself an education before you start trading with real money. Okay, it's very important. All right, guys, let's dive in. Let's get right to the charts. I've got some stuff I want to talk to you guys about. Let's go. Let's take it right to the chats. All right, so the first thing I want to do here, actually, guys, let's talk about the losing trade first. Okay, let's talk about the losing trade first, because this touches on the risk management. This talked about the risk management aspect of what I want to cover with you guys, and it was BBIG. Okay, so BBIG, I really didn't trade BBIG while we were kind of bouncing around in here. I had eyes on POLA. I was looking at that ACST. So I wasn't looking at this BBIG right when the stock made this break. Okay, so unfortunately, I was not looking at the stock for this move. Okay, so I did not catch this move. It wasn't what I was looking at the time. But once the stock made that break, okay, I now start to say to myself, okay, we've got heaviest volume of the day, right, on the break through that initial high. Okay, heaviest volume of the day on the break through the initial high. And then I start to draw up my fib levels. I start to say to myself, okay, we've got some levels here where we've got 23.6 fib level. We've got VWAP. We've got my trade line sitting here. We've got, decreasing volume on this pullback. And I liked this pullback opportunity to get long. So I went ahead and right in here on this BBIG, guys, and I got long right there at $8.02. Okay, so I got long. Oops, let me redraw this so you guys can see. Okay, right there. So I'm long right there at $8.02 on this pullback. And I'm looking for the trade line to hold, and I'm looking for us to continue. I'm looking for the stock to now move, to make a move and continue higher. Okay, now obviously, as you guys can see, that trade line fails, and then we roll this thing back over. I end up stopping out of my position. Okay, end up stopping out of my position here at, I believe it was like 696. Okay, or was it 710? Pull it up. Yes, like 710. Okay, so there's the exit. So there's where I stop out of the position. I take a loss. But what I want to focus on here for just a second, this was a good setup. I would trade this setup again if I see it, guys. real high volume break through that high. You had decreasing volume on the pullback. You had multiple support indicators converging on the same area that, I was going to say, if that area holds, I think we can continue this higher, maybe get up towards 11. We've had really good follow through in small caps lately. I thought this one was going to have enough juice to do it. Not every setup is going to work out. Okay. You're not going to, this is a good setup. I would trade it again, but nothing works 100% of the time. Okay. Nothing works 100% of the time. So this ends up being a loss. Okay. But what we need to talk about on this lesson is the risk management, the proper position sizing. Okay. For those, and everyone, seriously listen up, because I'm going to give you, if you're not a TGD member right now, pay very close attention, because I'm going to give you, I promise you, I'm going to give you the single most important lesson that you've ever heard in your trading career thus far. My TGD members, you guys already know this lesson. If you're not a member, pay very close attention and actually write this down. I'm not kidding. When you are managing risk, proper position sizing is everything. You have to figure out for yourself what is a dollar amount that you're comfortable risking per trade. And you need to adjust your position size so that if you get stopped out on a trade, that is the dollar amount that you are comfortable risking. Okay. Too many people do this wrong. Too many people say, oh, well, I trade with $5,000 size and I just set my stop loss at 5%. Wrong. Too many people say, oh, I trade with $10,000 size and whatever my stop loss is, whatever Mike says my stop loss is. If Mike says my stop loss is $7, I'm going to set my stop loss at $7. But regardless of my entry, I'm going to buy $10,000 worth of the stock. Wrong. Your position size should vary every single trade. I can make a trade and put $10,000 into the trade. I can make another and put $50,000 into the trade, and I can make another and put $500,000 into the trade. And all three of those trades, I can risk the exact same dollar amount of, let's say, $5,000, because it's all about the volatility of the trade and where your stop loss is in comparison to your entry point. Let's say, for example, your risk is $100 per trade. If that's the number, if that's the dollar amount you are comfortable risking per trade, then you need to adjust your position size so that each trade you make, if you get stopped out, you will lose $100. So if you buy a stock at $8 and your stop loss is $7, that's $1 per share risk. If you want to risk $100, you only buy 100 shares. If you're buying a stock at $5 and your stop loss is $4.50, that's 50 cents of risk. If you want to risk $100, you're going to buy 200 shares. Okay. If you're buying a stock at $2 and your stop loss is $1.90 and you want to risk $100 per trade, you're going to buy 1,000 shares. And all of these trades, you're going to have a completely different position size as far as the amount of money that you're buying into the stock, but your risk on all of these trades is exactly the same $100. I cannot begin to stress to you enough, without spending an hour on this one topic alone, how crucial it is for you to maintain consistency in your risk per trade. Okay. You should never be in a situation where you say, oh my God, I just got crushed, if you just stop out of your position where your intended stop loss is. If you enter a trade at $8 and your stop loss is $7 and it gets to $7, you get stopped out, you should never say, oh my God, I just got crushed. If you say, oh my God, I just got crushed, you had way too much position size. Because if you're willing to risk $100, if that's your risk tolerance, then you should only be buying 100 shares. At 8, you go to 7, you get stopped out, you lose $100. But what happens is traders don't actually realize how to control their risk and how to adjust their position size accordingly. So what they end up doing is they buy way too much size. They buy, let's say, 300 shares at $8. It goes down to 7. They get stopped out. They lost $300 when they're normally only comfortable risking 100. And what do they say? Oh my God, I just got crushed. It's because you are not properly adjusting your position size to account for the volatility and the risk on each trade. Okay. Your stop loss goes where it belongs based on the chart pattern. The support level was right there around 7. That was the support level. So your stop loss cannot be above the support level. That's how you end up getting stopped out of trades, and then the stock continues higher without you. Your stop loss needs to be where it belongs based on the chart setup, and then you adjust your position size based on your entry down to the stop loss so that if you get stopped out, you're losing a dollar amount that you're comfortable with. Okay. So this was a regular loss for me on BBIG, not an, oh my God, I just got crushed. It's a regular loss where I enter a trade and it gets to my stop loss. I take my loss and I move on. Okay. So guys, seriously, I would recommend going back and rewatching and re-listening to the words I just said, because you'll never be consistently profitable if you don't get that aspect of trading down. Okay. So that was BBIG, and that was the loss on the day. Now I'll take you guys over to POLA, and we're going to talk about the big winner. POLA was an absolute beaut, okay, of a wedge pattern. Okay, an absolute beauty of a wedge pattern. Okay, my THD family members that are actually on this live stream, because I really want to hit home real quick for like that lesson I just talked about, because it is so important. If you are a member of my THD family, I want you all to comment in chat right now for viewers and for those that are not members of TTG, so they understand how crucial that lesson that I just talked about is, and how much that single lesson has helped your trading. Okay, because I can't stress to you guys enough how important that aspect is of risk management. And if you don't do that properly, you're going to have a very hard time being consistent. All right. So now let's go back to POLA. All right. This POLA trade was a beautiful wedge pattern. Okay. It's a wedge pattern, but I get the trade idea and the trade concept from this off of the daily chart. And what I want to do is take you guys to the daily chart and show you the prior all-time high. There's your prior all-time high on POLA. Okay, there was your prior all-time high on POLA. So I'm going to leave that line there. I'm going to zoom in. And what do you guys see here? We have this high volume day. Look at this high volume day. All right, I'll make the volume bigger so you guys can see it real quick. You see that real high volume day? Okay, so a real nice high volume day that took us through that previous all-time high. And then we had this 2-day consolidation on very low volume. Very low volume 2-day consolidation. But what happened? We held above that previous all-time high. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take you guys down to a 15-minute chart. All right, let me delete that line. I'll take you guys to a 15-minute chart. Do you guys see the wedge? Do you guys see the wedge? I'll take you to an hourly chart. Do you guys see the wedge? Now I want to explain to you the importance of using multiple time frame charts to identify patterns. And that's the lesson I'm going to take you guys through on POLA. Because I'm going to show you POLA on multiple different time frames, and you tell me when this wedge becomes apparent to you. Now, I'll go to a 1-minute chart. I never use 1-minute charts. I don't think anyone should use 1-minute charts unless you are a scalper. If you're a scalper and your trading style is to be in and out within seconds, then yes, you should be using 1-minute candles. I'm a traditional day trader. I do some swing trading as well, but I'm a traditional day trader, which means my trades are lasting several minutes to several hours long. So I don't use 1-minute candles. But let's go to a 1-minute chart, and I just want to show you guys what the 1-minute chart on POLA looks like. Do you guys see a wedge on the 1-minute chart? Not really, right? Not really that clean. Let's go to the 3-minute chart. Do you guys see a wedge? Maybe an experienced trader might begin to see a wedge. Maybe an experienced trader with a trained eye. But to the untrained eye, you don't see a wedge. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Do you see a wedge? Again, maybe an experienced trader is beginning to see the wedge. The untrained eye does not. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Do you guys see a wedge? Kinda, right? Now all of a sudden, kinda. Let's go to an hourly chart. Do you guys see a wedge? Yes. Now all of a sudden, everyone sees the wedge, right? Now all of a sudden, everybody sees the wedge. This is what I mean by it is important for you guys to use multiple time frame charts to identify patterns, because sometimes on a 3-minute chart, it's just not as clear to the untrained eye. It's just not as clear. But when I go to a 15-minute chart, you start to see it. When I go to an hourly chart, it becomes even more apparent. Okay. So what I saw on POLA, I saw it on the 15-minute chart. So when I was looking at my 15-minute chart on POLA, I'm already bullish the stock because of the daily chart, because we broke above the all-time high. We had a 2-day consolidation. I'm already bullish because of the daily chart. Then I go to the 15-minute chart and I see this wedge. Okay. I go to the 15-minute chart and I see this wedge on POLA, and right off the opening bell, what happens? POLA breaks up and out of the wedge. So right there, we break up and out of the wedge. And then what do we get? We get a pullback to retest the wedge. That wedge holds, and then we get this beautiful extension follow through. And right here, guys, is where I made all my money today. And this POLA was an absolute thing of beauty. Okay, it was a thing of beauty. Let's go back to the 3-minute chart just so I can show you guys some insight. And now here you guys can see again, there's the wedge. Okay, and now as I zoom this in, what I want you guys to now notice, all right, here's the break out of the wedge. There's your pullback, retest the wedge, and then there's your confirmation. And as soon as I got this candle right there was all the confirmation I needed to get long, and I got long right there at $14.60. Okay, there's the entry there, $14.60, right as we break up out of the wedge, and then I catch this beautiful follow-through move, and I just start ripping profits off the table, guys. Okay, I just start peeling profits off the table as the stock extends up to new highs. There's my take profits. And then my final take profit was right there. Okay, so there are my take profits. There's the entry, take, final take profit. And that is good for a 17% gain. And this is where I made all my money today, right? So I lost money in that BBIG. Okay, that was a full loss. It was a full position loss. I didn't take any profit. 100% of my position, I stopped out for a loss, but then was able to come back with POLA and rip this thing up. Okay, and rip this thing up. But again, the lesson I want you guys to take from this POLA trade is the importance of using multiple time frames. All right, this is a perfect exercise. You know, just look at this, right? Again, I'll do it again. 1-minute chart. Do you see the wedge? No. 3-minute chart. Do you see the wedge? Not really. To the untrained eye, probably not. 5 minutes, maybe. 15 minutes. Now you start to see it. Hourly chart, even an untrained eye, an inexperienced trader can see that wedge. Okay, even an inexperienced trader can see that wedge. Okay. Someone says, how did you know it wasn't going back inside the wedge? I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't like when people ask, like, well, how did you know this? And how did you know that? I don't know. I don't know. No trader knows. You know, no trader knows. Like, that's the thing, guys. Like, when people, like, being a good trader, it's not about being right or wrong. It's not. It's like being a good poker player. It's like being a good poker player. They're like, well, how did you know that player was bluffing? You don't know. You think. You think you might. You think this guy might be bluffing, or you think you have the best hand. All you can do as a trader, guys, is identify high probability setups and patterns and put yourself on the right side of that probability, knowing that nothing works 100% of the time. I didn't know it wasn't going to go back inside the wedge. If it did go back inside the wedge, I would have stopped out. I would have stopped out and taken a loss if it went back inside the wedge. So if I go back to the chart, okay, and we draw back out that wedge, right? So here's my entry. Okay, right there was my entry. You're like, well, how did you know it wasn't going to go back inside the wedge? I don't know. The stock could have did that. The stock could have did that. And if it did do that, guess what? I would have stopped out of my position right there. I would have stopped out of it. But that's this is a high probability pattern, a high probability setup, breaking out of that wedge. I got a bullish setup on the daily chart. We pulled in to retest the wedge, and it held beautifully. And I jumped in, I entered that trade, and then we're able to get that real nice extension follow through. Okay? So there you guys have it. All right, that's POLA. All right, so congrats to those of you that capitalized on that POLA trade today. Like I said, this is what I'm saying. Like, today wasn't a big day for me. It was a green day. It's a decent day because I had that loss on BBIG, but then that POLA trade well more than makes up for that loss. Okay, well more than makes up for that loss. And that's how I finished with a nice green day. Right, it's a decent green day. Like I said, nothing crazy. It wasn't a big. Yesterday was a huge day because we had those two big short squeezes, but Today's a nice green day, guys, and I'll take it. All right. Today's a nice green day, and I'll take it. All right. Let me see here, guys. Okay. All right. So anybody have any questions? Anybody have questions about that? If you guys have questions about maybe POLA or the wedge or anything else before I move on, because like I said, I have 2 guests I want to bring on for you guys here tonight. Oh, that's right, John. Thank you for reminding me. Guys, real quick, I entered a new swing trade today. Let me tell you guys about that one. I already took a piece of profit off the table, but I'll tell you guys about my new swing trade. I entered WWR today as a swing. On the daily chart here, what I was looking at was for the stock to break through this 750, 760 area. This has been this $7 area. Like you can see here, like $7 to like $7.50 is a key level of resistance for WWR. As we zoom in on the daily chart, let me make the volume bigger. You see how we have these nice volume bars? You see how the volume is starting to pick up here on WWR? I like this real strong volume bar that we had 2 days ago. Then we had that lower volume consolidation, and then we had this day today where the stock tried to make a move through 750 and got denied. So I do not like the fact that WWR got denied today at that level, but the trade is still intact. So let me just break it down for you guys. What I'm looking at here was this 650 level. Okay, the 650 level. You had all that resistance yesterday. You had that high of the day there today, that's 650. And then all of a sudden we broke through that high of the day, 650, which was also resistance yesterday and also yesterday's highs. And right there on that break and on that pullback is where I went ahead and I got long. I got long WWR right there at $6.70. Okay, so I'm long WWR from $6.70. We had a real nice extension move higher. I took a piece of profit off the table up here in front of that 750. Why did I take a piece of profit off up there in front of 750? Let's go back to the daily chart. Let's zoom this in and let me delete this line. And right there is your pivot resistance area right there, 750, 760. Okay. So I'm long from I'm long from $6.70. I sold 25% of my position at $7.22. I am still holding 75% of my position. My stop loss is around $6. We're currently sitting here after hours at 657, and I'm looking to see if we can get above that 750 area. If we do this tomorrow, okay, we do this tomorrow and we put in like a red day like this tomorrow, and we're not able to hold the last 2 days of consolidation. If we do that tomorrow, I'll be exiting the rest of the position. Okay, I'll be exiting the rest of the position. But if we do this tomorrow and we hold that consolidation and we get right back up over 7 and we put in another second day of that consolidation under that resistance level, that's going to be a really good sign of strength to me. And that is going to be enough of an indication to give me a lot of confidence that the stock will eventually break through that level. We can see a move up to at least $9. All right, my target on this is at least $9. Okay, $9. If we get through 750, I'm looking for the stock to get to 9. Okay, but tomorrow is going to really tell me a lot about this swing trade. If we continue to hold inside of this consolidation, if we get back over 7, if we get back over 7 tomorrow, I'm going to really, really like this setup. If we drift back down towards 6, I'm not going to like it as much. I'll exit the rest of that position. But again, I've already taken profit on 25% of my position, still holding 75%. I'll continue to update you guys as that trade unfolds. Ideally, I would have loved for WWR to have closed up here over 7. I did not like this pullback late in the day. Doesn't make me get out of the trade, but it would have been nicer if we closed up here. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, let's see what happens. Tomorrow, if we get right back over 7, then I still love this setup. Okay, so that was WWR. All right, guys. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So there we have it. There are kind of my trade recaps. My trade recaps of the day. We talked about BBIG, which was my losing trade. We talked about POLA, which was my winning trade, which was enough to keep me in the green on the day. Was enough to keep me in the green on the day. And then that's a new swing trade. And I took some profit. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Now, what I want to do here real quick, before I bring on my guests, I got two guests I want to introduce to you guys. Before I do, I want to know how many people that are on the live stream right now are brand new to trading, or this is your very first TTD live stream. If you're brand new, or this is your first live stream with True Trading Group, go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. All right, we got Harry, we got Marcin, Bambi Enterprises, LE, we got Tanae, Robert Stacy, my boy Hank, Matt, Jason, Matthew Chu, Susie, Sethu Raman, Becky B, Anthony Carlos Sanchez, Betty Coleman, Sassy. We got Pamela. We got Brendan Frazier, Future Tech Productions, Garrett Fields, Lamar, Gaming Point, Dylan Tomney, Saiful Azam, Gaming Point, Lady G, Jerry Hisala, Montenegra, Aristotle Mendrez, Dennis Tibbetts, Gaming Point, I see you. Stop typing the number 1. James Anderson, Emily, King Asim, Sherry Pickering, Donald Boyd, Joseph Niels, Toby's a beginner, JR, Cynthia B. All right, awesome. Good. All right, so we have a lot of new traders that are here with me today. Guys, I want to know what your goals are with trading real quick. You know, I always talk about this. And I think it's an important thing for everybody to think about. What are your goals? What motivates you to become a consistently profitable trader? And what would that mean to you? Go ahead and type in chat, guys. Comment what your goals are. Thanks. Bronx Trader says, Mike, you're amazing for reading all those names. Thanks. All right, Aaron wants to build a house in 2 years. Yes. Leave my corporate job. Sean, one day, man. Sean, that Patek 5726, one day. Becca wants to travel. Becca wants that travel life. Jason, financial freedom. Profit and growth, retirement. Make money so I can quit my day job. To not have to work away from home a month at a time. Yeah, amen to that, Matt. Replace my current income, buy a house. I want to retire. I want to be like Mike. You guys want to be better. You guys want to be better. I want Twitter clout. Pamela, help my kids. Yes. Yes. Rashonda wants to retire early. Anthony, work-life balance. E. Portsy, I want to ensure that my kids have everything that they need. Yes. Yes. Work while fishing. I want to work while golfing. That's mine. That's mine. I want to retire me and my wife. Judy wants to travel, travel, travel. Yes, guys. These are all fantastic goals. These are all fantastic goals. It's good for you to set goals for yourselves, you know, long-term goals, but then also make sure you set short-term goals. You know, when you guys start trading, don't just say, I want to quit my job. Well, you're going to have to achieve a lot of goals before you quit your job. So I want you guys to, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just laughing at a message. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. So these are all good. These are all good, and they're all realistic. They're all very realistic goals. But set goals for yourself, like, hey, I want to make $100 in a day. Achieve it, cross it off. Then I want to make $200 in a day. Achieve it, cross it off. Okay. All right, guys. So very good. All right. So for those of you that are brand new, I want to make sure that if you guys are looking to get things started, make sure that you guys are aware of our 7-day trial. We do have a 7-day trial in TTG. It's called our TT3 trial program. Okay. It gets you 7-day access to our member dashboard to allow you to see all the resources and tools that are available to you as a full-time member. That is going to include with you 3 trial courses. These are 3 sample trial courses that are included with your trial. They're guaranteed to make you guys a better trader. These courses are probably worth a few $100 on their own, but they're included with your trial when you guys just pay one-time payment of $3. Yes, $3, literally, that's it. There's no reoccurring payment. There's no auto renew, nothing like that. It's just a one-time payment of $3. You're going to also get 3 days in our trading chat room to trade with myself and the rest of the team live. We share our screen. We're live on the microphone. You get the real-time push notifications whenever we enter and exit trades. And I'm always on the microphone. I will always tell you guys that I'm buying a stock before I actually buy it. It's never a surprise. You guys always know exactly what I'm doing before I do it because I'm on the microphone telling you guys about it. All right. You'll also be able to see all of our trading history. We keep all of our trading history on our website for everyone to see, fully transparent, the wins, the losses, the break evens. You guys see all of it. And you can join our 7-day trial by going to ttgthree.com right there at the bottom of your screen. You guys can click on that URL, or go to that URL, ttgthree.com. You can upgrade to a full-time membership at any time during your trial, but you are under no obligation to do so whatsoever. All right. It's $3, guys, less than a cup of coffee. Okay. So that's our trial program. All right. Now, what I want to do here, guys, is I want to now move on to the fun part, and I want to bring on my very first guest of the evening, who does not need any introduction. Okay. I think we're going to bring on both. All right, we're going to do both, guys. We're going to bring on both. All right. So like I said, I got 2 guests for you guys here today. My first guest needs no introduction. You guys all know him very well. And that is Jason, the Wolf of Weed Street, Spatafora, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the pot stock guru. Okay. There he is, guys. There's the Wolf. Everyone say hi to the Wolf. He doesn't need an intro. He's just going to sit there with his Star Wars paraphernalia behind him. It's fine. We'll just leave him there. My second guest, guys, I really want you guys to give a big warm TTG welcome, though, because my second guest that's joining the Wolf tonight to share his story as a trader, which includes his transition into a full-time trader. I want everyone to give a big warm welcome to TTG member username C-Note. C-Note, what's up, my man? How are you? What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Oh, he's on mute. You got to unmute yourself.
That better?
Yeah.
Hey, I should be able to figure this out. I'm an audio engineer, for Christ's sake.
Awesome. Well, guys, listen, I want to, I want to go through this real quick because I know we've got a lot of stuff that I want to cover with everyone. So hold on one second. I think I'm going to start things off. Who should we start off with? You guys want to? Wolf, are you mute too? Are you muted?
No, I'm just not talking.
Oh, there you go. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see.
Yeah, bruh.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Here we go.
Wolfie, my hero. My savior.
So, guys, listen. I wanted to take some time. I wanted to bring Chris on because Chris has one hell of a story.
It's Corey.
And I think it is. Oh, Corey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. C-Note, whatever.
I'm sorry, Corey.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Chris from the other night. I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah. That's my boy.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring Corey on, guys, because he's got a story that I think a lot of people can relate to that has to do with everything that happened during COVID, and so many people's livelihoods and careers were affected during COVID, and it kind of forced you to make the transition into full-time traders. So I'm excited to have you on here. And I know there's probably a lot of viewers that are watching this that are either going through something similar. And I think that having you on and your input can be really helpful. So what I want to do first, Corey, is I've got some questions for you. And my first question to you is, like, first of all, what did you do prior to becoming a full-time trader? And how and why did you transition into being that full-time trader?
Well, since 1997, I was a stagehand at a local union in Los Angeles, and I became an audio engineer. I started working for doing sound for different groups. I mix monitors, I mix front of house, I mix sound for major artists and big theaters. And I worked at Microsoft Theater down here in downtown LA, and I worked myself up to the head position, head audio video at Microsoft Theater. How's my sound, by the way? Shug said I might be staticky. Is it all right?
Yeah, there's a little static coming through your end. It's not terrible.
It sounds like the ocean.
Is this any better?
No,
not better. So sorry.
keep going. Keep going.
All right. So anyway, I've been at Microsoft Theater since it opened in 2007. And it was a great job, man. I got to mix for all kinds of artists, man. I mean, almost you name it, pretty much. I mixed for them, and it was going awesome, dude. I mean, I got the head position. I was the head for a couple of years, and then COVID hit, and obviously mass gatherings, the first to get taken out, and it's going to be the last to go back. So I knew that. I mean, I had already been trading since 2016, and I started with the OTCs, and I thought that's where it was at because I saw the big swings, and I was like, oh wow, the stock went up 2,000%. Like, I need to get into that. Yeah, Microsoft Theater in LA. And I did well. You know, I got into the weed stocks in 2016. I was big on the weed stocks. I used to be more of a pothead, not so much anymore, but. So I thought, it's the next big thing, and I did well. I did really well. I was making a bunch of money, and the day that Jeff Sessions rescinded the coal memo, I got out of everything I had, and I was sitting on a bunch of cash. It was great, and then and I kept in the OTCs, and I got stuck, and I lost a bunch, and it's just been a back and forth for me. And I was doing all right, yeah, subs. I was into the subs and the trips and every, but doing all that, I did learn a lot. I learned, because I'm really get into anything that I start, and I want to get good, and I get good at things. I have the attitude that I can get good at anything I set my mind to. So, a constant studying, constant research, and I learned technicals. I learned chart setups, and I learned how to, see wedges, and I learned L2, and I learned, all those things that you need to be a trader. And, but when COVID hit, I was like, all right, man, I need to make I need to get into the major markets, see what people are really doing and how people really make money out here. And so, I got in, I started looking around, and bam, I found TTG. I followed TTG. I was in the free Tuesdays, and I did a few of those, and the small caps were banging, and then I joined TTG full time, and
well, before I want to know, before we get into before we get into how you found True Trading Group and everything, I want understanding about how you started with the OTCs and with making money in 2016 with all the pot stocks and everything. And, obviously, the Wolf is notorious for, for making a small fortune on all the pot stocks. And it's something I know a lot of the TT fam follows, but after the pot stocks, and you can, and Core, maybe you can even try unplugging your headset if you can. We'll see if that maybe makes a difference.
I tried that. You guys said it didn't sound better. Is that Shug says no?
Yeah,
still sounds bad.
That's all right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, dude. It's all right.
It fits because a sound guy shouldn't have good sound. It's just how it
works. But I want to after you made a bunch of money with the pot stocks, before getting onto True Trading Group, what was it like at the beginning for you, like actively trading? Was it easy for you? Like, were you just like, oh, this is it? I'm making millions overnight. Like, what was the road like for you after experiencing the pot stocks before you found True Trading Group? Like, what was that whole experience like?
Well, I was still in the OTCs, and the subs, and I kind of figured that market out. So I still play on it, and because it's just it moves a little slower. I just kind of figured it out. I figured out how to read like Twitter, and I used to be in iHub, and I just kind of figured out how to follow the trends and see the players that are out there, and so I had one that I was on for a while. I had a couple million shares, and it went up. I got over 100%, sold half. That was like my way that I'd do it. I'd sell half at 100% so that I could just let the rest ride. And, I bought it at 0.001 and it went to almost 2 cents, so I'd make a bunch of money like that. And that's what kept me in the game, but I wanted to expand, into the real markets and figure out like, how the real players are doing it.
Move on to from the OTC to penny stocks, move on to NASDAQ and some of the bigger names.
And I joined that other dude, Mr. Travel, and with my laptop and show you where I trade all the time.
We don't have to. It's all right. We don't have to.
Yeah, I won't mention that, but that was whack. It was whack.
Yeah. So what was it about TTG that made you want to join our group?
Well, when I got into the Free Tuesdays, I see that you guys are calling out not only like as you get into a trade, but you're talking about like before you get in the trade, and like you're mapping out your whole plan. And so I could see like how I could really learn from you guys, because it's not just like throwing out a watch list and being like, all right, cool, good luck with that.
Right.
You're actually showing like, all right, I'm going to get in here. It's going to hit there. And I'm listening to Simmons. I'm like, oh, wow, this guy's really bringing me a new light to my charting skills. I was able to go back on the daily and find support and resistance levels. And then I'm realizing, wow, these stocks are actually playing off these levels. It's really hitting on the levels. And now I can map them out, better than Wolf, my charting skills. No, I'm just kidding. I know he doesn't chart.
That's not that hard. That's not that hard to do.
I know you're not the chartist, but the Wolf is kind of how I got into the TTG, because I was into the pot stocks and I saw him and he was like, I joined this TTG. I'm like, oh, the TTG, I got to get with the TTG. So, and yeah, so I still love the pot stocks, and thank you, Wolfie. The pot stocks are treating me extremely well. Like that account is, since I started on the swings with Wolf and on the pot stock run that we're having, that account is over 100%. And it happens to be OCT. So OTC. So you can just call me OTC note.
Right. That's awesome, man. Over 100% gain. That's incredible.
Yeah. MJ&E actually up over 270%. That I actually sold some today, and I'm like sitting on almost all free shares. Thanks, buddy.
Nice, man.
Totally my style. But yeah, so the small caps were a whole nother game, man. Like I thought I was just like, yeah, I'm throw a bunch of money and go all in on some small caps and let that ride. And then I was getting just wiped out because I wasn't playing with proper size, and my emotions were getting the best of me. And I was up to trading over 500 trades a day.
Whoa.
Trying to scalp these things, and like it was so bad. I'd get in and then I'd get out, and then it'd run up, and I'd get in and then it'd go down, and then it was like Wolf said in our one-on-one, is the hamster wheel, and I was the hamster on the wheel, man. And so it took me out of the game. I lost my PDT on my day trading account, so I had to kind of step back. And I even had messaged you, Mike, on the day that it took me out. I'm like, hey, I'm out of the game, dog. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, and
I remember that.
And you and Jason Simmons both said, take a step back and just rethink the game. So I started thinking, I always did good with the swings. I could read the chart and see the swing. So I stepped back and I took smaller positions on longer swings, and I've been building my account back. So I'm almost back to PDT rule on my day trading account. I'm not going to go back to trading 500 down times a day because I couldn't even breathe. I think I almost gave myself a heart attack. I'd be like sitting there like,
right, in, out, in, out.
I'm not breathing. Like, it was so terrible, dude. So it's all about position size, dude. And OG. So
yeah, man, and that's exactly, it's funny that you're saying that, because that was I talked about that earlier on the live stream, like with my trade today, which was a losing trade for me. And it's important to discuss like the proper position sizing. And I went over like that whole entire lesson. So it's actually, there you go. Everyone that's watching this, there's a TGG member that's reiterating exactly what I just said to you all.
Dude, I tried to fight the rules, man. And even before, so even after I took all the courses, I was like, nah, dude, I can do this. I'm all in, dude. I'm all in. Right. And then it would like go down 10 cents. I'm out. I'm out. Then it would go up, and I'd be like, oh my God, I could have made $20,000, but it's just, you can't just get on the damn rocket in this thing. You gotta, it's more of a marathon than a sprint.
Absolutely. So that's what got you, that's what got you into the group, the experiencing what it was like in our chat room, and seeing how transparent we are and how we're calling out trades, not only while we're making them, but before we're making them, coming on the microphone, telling everybody, guys, this is where I'm about to buy. This is where my stop loss is. These are going to be my take profits, and walking through those trades. That kind of really, brought you into TTG. And then the Wolf with all the pot stocks, once he joined the group, you're like, okay, this is where I want to kind of hang my hat. So that's what brought you into TTG. Mm-hmm. What is it that makes you want to stay in TTG?
Well, like I was saying, like I love the family atmosphere. You guys really care. Like this, what you guys did for OG the other night. I was actually coming home for Chris, man, and like I was actually coming home. I had one day of work last week, and I was on the road listening. I'm like tearing up, like. That's so,
dude, we
that's
all
so
were.
good.
We all were crying.
I didn't have a Boba Fett mask to put on or anything.
I'm never gonna live the Boba Fett mask.
No, you're not. Wolf.
We couldn't have seen the tears, but we knew you were crying when you went for the mask, man.
Yeah, that opera, man, kills me.
I'm so done. Hey, man, that's that. But it was just really that. You don't leave us hanging, man. You get in, you get out. You tell us when you're getting in. You tell us when you're getting out. Not only like when you're doing it, but where you're going to do it before you do it. Yep. And I'm like, how can I not learn? This is the place for me, dude. So I went lifetime, and you're stuck with me.
That's it, bro. No, you're stuck with me now. That's it.
That's all right.
You're stuck with me.
I'm good with that.
Cool, man. So, and then, just adding on to that, just kind of a follow-up question, like, so it sounds like you've gone throughout your trading career a lot of adjustments from OTCs and the penny stocks, and then swinging the pot stocks, and then trading like crazy with the small caps, then taking a step back and doing more swings. It sounds like you've really made a lot of adjustments, and I want to know from you, like, how has TTG now helped you become a successful full-time trader, giving all of the experiences that you've kind of been through, and how you've seen yourself change as a trader as far as your style and your strategy, and maybe identifying your strengths and your weaknesses? But like, what is it about TTG that you think has really helped you the most in becoming, a successful full-time trader, which is something that probably everybody on this live stream wants to achieve?
Well, like, listening to Jason Simmons and the Colada Club in the morning, I'd like, man, like, okay, if I had a call at 8 or 10 a.m., I'd be in my car at, 5:30, and I'd get to work by 6:15, and I'm listening to Jason and like how he charts things out, and like what's what's good and why, the chart setup is good, the volume is right, with the charts. So it's like just, the education that I'm getting and then as I go through the education, I'm looking at stuff that I do and go, oh yeah, see, that's where I had it wrong. And like having to take a step back with my day trading account and being like, all right, I got to position correctly because I'm there's just no other way to do it. So, it's really with TTG, it's the education, man. And the following along with the trades, it really kind of starts ingraining good habits, because I kind of got a lot of bad habits that I had to unlearn because I was trading on my own for years. And so now that I get to trade along with professionals, I'm learning like a better way to do it. And so, I mean, it's really that education and just how the trading with, because it's like you can read all the books you want, but if you're not like doing it with experience, if your hands aren't on the wheel, you're not going to learn how to drive. It's like, and with you guys, it's like, I got like a bunch of backseat drivers going, dude, slow down, what are you doing? Like I'm like, okay, yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, dude, listen, man, Corey, I got to tell you, I'm super happy for you to have come this far and to have, and I know, like a lot of people all over the world, the last year was scary. Last year was scary.
Dude, it's still scary, bro, because my job ain't coming back for I don't even know when, and this is what I got to do. I have to make it happen.
Right. And and listen, I think I speak for the Wolf. I speak for Jason, Toner, Jay, Moman, Shug, everybody that, we're gonna be right there with you, brother, over, for however long as it takes, to make sure,
man,
that this is a successful, streak for you, and you can come out of this, without, on the other side of COVID, and maybe even in a better position than you were before. And just knowing that we're able to help a lot of people, because everybody, like, listen, there's so many people that we have. And I've had so many stories that people tell me on their one-on-ones that lost their jobs from COVID. And it's scary. It's scary to just one day you go to work and the next day you're like, oh my God, how am I going to provide for my family? And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. So to be able to help people develop a skill that can offset that worry and can offset some of that financial burden, man, it means the world to me and the rest of the group. So
yeah, you guys are changing lives, man. In multiple ways, and it's really cool. And I want Vegas, man. Shug said that my band's gonna come play, dude. We're gonna rock it, dude.
Nice, hell yeah. Hell yeah!
I want Vegas too, so bad.
I want Vegas so bad.
Once COVID is over, TTG meetup, it's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Well, Corey, man, listen, bro. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, bro.
My pleasure, Wolf. Nice to see you.
I know, right? Hey, I wish we had time.
I know. I hear you. Thank you, though. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks, fam. And I see all the comments and 2%. What's wrong with the hair, man? Come on. I do it myself. I got to cut my own hair. All right.
I like it, bro. Don't let them hate. Listen, everybody hates on me all the time. Don't worry about it. You're good. Don't worry about it.
No.
Everybody,
I ain't sensitive.
Yeah, my TT fam, give Corey a huge thank you. Corey, thanks for coming out and sharing your story. I think it helps a lot of people that are in a similar situation. And I love
all you guys, man.
I'll see you likewise, bro. TTG fam. Right. I'll see you tomorrow in chat, bro.
Cheers. Thank you.
Later, man. All right, guys.
That's awesome. I'm tired of being so little.
Hey, there he is. Man, now you're regular size. You're
like a stepchild of True Trading Group.
You're regular size now.
You have big hands.
I got big hands. So, guys, listen, everybody. So, this is a beautiful segue right into, I wanted to bring the Wolf on here because, Corey has crushed it with his pot stock holds. Like I said, that one account with the pot stocks, that one account with the pot stocks up over 100%. Absolutely incredible. And
it's up more.
Yeah,
it's up more.
He goes, it's up more. And it's honestly, we've got this guy to the right of your screen to thank for it. Nobody knows the cannabis space better than this guy. It's actually ridiculous. A lot of people that are on this live stream, you guys have been following me for a while, and you guys look to me for advice and what I think about certain stocks. But when it comes to the cannabis sector, I don't do anything in that space without first consulting Jason. So there's a couple of questions that I want to dive in here, and I want to talk to him about that. Is a beautiful segue into from the success that Corey's been having on the cannabis stocks. And I know it's been a really big topic as of late. I know TG members have crushed it. Guys, TG members, I want my TG members to sound off in chat real quick. If you have made money on some of the Wolf's pot stock trades, I want you to sound off in chat right now, my TG fam. If you have made money on the Wolf's pot stock trades, sound off in chat. I want to hear from you if you guys have made money on his trades. All right. So as the chat kind of goes crazy, because I know how much our members have crushed it with some of your pot stocks.
We haven't had I haven't had a losing swing in pot stocks yet.
It's actually crazy.
So like, crazy. I've been, and the crazy thing is that I didn't put on like a pot stock trade till July. I came into TTG in March, and then in July we were just getting positioned. So I also don't want people to think that the only thing that I'm trading is pot stocks in there. I mean, I'm just every single one of them that's been alerted has gone up over 100%.
Yeah, this is very true. Yeah, guys, the Wolf is a fantastic options trader. Way to go, Sean. Oh my God. Way to go, Creative. Up 70, $100. Great job, guys. Really great job. Made money is an understatement. Yes, Robert. Yes. Guys, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I've really never seen anything like it. Honestly.
You don't. Here's the thing: like, if you're interested in the space, just that alone is worth. Like Mike could be giving out pizza recipes all day. It's worth it just for the pot trades. But there's just so much more. I honestly think it should be more expensive. But what do I know?
No, listen, Wolf. Guys, that's the other thing. Wolf, he's hands down the greatest pot stock trader I've ever seen, but he's also a phenomenal options trader. He trades a lot of other stuff. I know we just nailed some LAZR options. He's been trading US Steel a lot. He's got a lot of hopes with some infrastructure plans coming out here probably this year, and he's been really just ripping things up. So I've got a couple of questions for you, Wolf, that I want to run by you.
Let's do it. Let's give the people what they want. Also, first I have to note, guys, Brendan Fraser from The Mummy is on this tonight. Obviously, things haven't been so good since The Mummy, and now he's in TTG. So I just wanted to say, welcome, Brendan Fraser. I love The Mummy. I don't know why they didn't make a fourth one.
Wait, like I called his name out before. It's not really him. Come on. None of that is true. Look, none of that is true. You're an asshole. I'm like, wait, really? I love The Mummy. I was about to say hi.
Well, I sent Adam a message. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, Brendan Fraser's on the stream tonight. I'm like, man, things haven't been so good since The Mummy. And he's like, you've got to say it. I was like, okay.
Listen, I like The Mummy. I'm a fan. All right. So listen, let's move on. Let's get to my first question I have for you, man, because I know just like me and just like all the other mods, I know you do a ton of one-on-ones with our members. You did a one-on-one with Corey, and that really helped get his trading turned around and got him positioned nicely on some of those pot stocks. So I know you get this probably a lot from some newbies, right? So like, I want to know what's the biggest mistake that you see new traders make? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Andrew, hold on a second here. Andrew Knutson, I doubled my son's custodial account, and I doubled my small 401k. That's awesome. I just can't do it in my day trading account because it's too small, but not for long. Andrew, that is absolutely incredible. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, okay. So the question was, what's the biggest?
What's the biggest mistake you see with new traders?
I think it's really tough for a new trader. And here's the thing, guys, and what you need to know is, I think the reason I do a lot of one-on-ones with you is that for the fact that a lot of you guys, we can relate. We've, like, wherever you are on your trading journey, I've been there.
Yeah.
Because I started with like $1,500 in June of 2013 and incrementally added to that. So, you know, what I always tell people when I do the one-on-one is, you know, I didn't come up through something like TTG. I never took a course. I never, you know, tried to learn charts. Everything that I learned was either by losing money, or just you know, putting in the work and like research wise. Like, guys, I didn't day trade for 5 years. You know, I was just long-term swings. And, you know, with that, you know, my perspective, like, you know, Mike worked at a hedge fund. I didn't work at a hedge fund. I was chasing storms before this. But, you know, I always go back to the biggest mistakes that I had, which was, you know, just kind of being impatient and not recognizing that, you know, the biggest, the thing that's going to blow up your account first isn't going to be a headline. It's not going to be a tweet. It's going to be you. And, you know, sometimes what you have to do is put guardrails in front of yourself so that, you know, you can be successful. But probably the biggest mistake that I see is not recognizing that, you know, it's a losing trade. Okay. But not just recognizing it, you know, psyching, you know, because this stock market game is all mental, right? That's the way I approach it. I approach it from a very mental and philosophical and Zen place. So it's like, okay, you know, I see people, they won't take a 10% loss, but they'll let a 10% loss turn into a 50% loss or an 80% loss. Because look, a lot of people that were coming to me were in pot stocks post when I said in March of 2019 to get out of pot stocks. And they just thought they would just get back, and they, you know, just kept on averaging down. And they took what could have been a 10% loss and made it a 90% loss, you know? So a lot of it is just kind of like untraining people that it's okay to sell, you know, to take a loss. It's better to take a 10% loss than a 50% loss. But then, you know, when you start to break down the numbers for them, like, you know, look, you go down 10%, you need 11% to break even. You go 20%, you need like 30% to break even. You go down 50%, you need 100% move to break even, and it compounds. So, you know, that was probably like the biggest mistake that I saw, you know, just like understanding, like sometimes, you know, like, guys, I get into an option trade. I know, like, I might be right on the idea, but wrong on the timing. And a lot of that is, you know, you've got to retrain yourself to be like, look, I'm not wrong. Because you don't also want to like kick yourself every time, you know, especially when you're new. Like you're gonna make mistakes, you know, but you go and you evaluate and you take it from there. Next question.
You got to learn. You learn from the mistakes. Well, listen, I mean, since we're talking about like you doing one-on-ones and everything with new traders, like what are some of the biggest adjustments that you make with new traders when you're doing these one-on-ones? Aside from, you know, the obvious of like getting them out of the junk, you know, where you're like, okay, that company sucks. Like, what do you think are some of the biggest adjustments that you make with traders during the one-on-ones?
You know, because of the environment we're in, I'll talk to a lot of people, and they're like, I'm like, okay, you know, so one of the first questions I ask them, I'm like, okay, how many stocks are you holding right now? They're like 30, you know, And I'm like, are these long term? And they're like, oh, this is from before. I'm like swinging this. And I'm like, okay, so is like, how many of these would you like are for your long term where you can see holding them for 5 years? And they're like, I don't know, 2. So I'm like, okay. So a lot of it is putting it in perspective for them. I was like, okay, so is it mostly technology? Is it mostly this? And, sometimes it's, like one guy's like, oh, I'm in all casino stocks. And this is like right when the pandemic started. I'm like, I'm in all airline stocks, right? And I'm like, dude, you don't need to do that. And so what I would say to them is like, look, there's nothing wrong with being in a couple of airlines. There's nothing wrong with being in a couple of technology companies or being overweight technology. I go, but how do you treat the market when there's some calamity in the market? I go, say somebody detonates a nuke in New York, God forbid. I go, the market's going to get smashed. I go, then it becomes triage and you're trying to do this, like get out of positions and you're going to be so frazzled because you've got so many positions and a lot of them that you don't even care about. All you're going to be doing is hemorrhaging money, So, that's one of the things that I see. But, a lot of it is just kind of like setting them up to like, kind of start from scratch again. It's like the adjustments are simple. It's trickery. It's so like, a big adjustment that I make is so people trade options, and I know all you guys love options, but I could probably guarantee 90% of you are doing it wrong. And I'm not talking about like, oh, are you winning on the trade? Yeah, great. All right. What are you doing with that money? So one of the things that I've been doing with the people one-on-ones, I go, okay, look, you're trying to grow a small account, right? Most of you guys are trying to grow a small account. I was like, take 50% of your profit and put it into a stock that you want to be long, but with like a 5-year time horizon. Right. And I go, if it goes up or goes down, it doesn't matter. And I call these profit positions, So the whole point is you open your account and you're like, man, I own 2 shares of Boeing. And you're like, oh, that was from that good options trade I did on this. And I own some JetBlue. Like, I've got no desire to be in JetBlue, but if somebody wants to give me free money and buy JetBlue, I'll do it. Right. So what that's doing is it's letting your account go up incrementally. Your cash goes up, your portfolio goes up. You have enough money to do something, but not enough money to do something stupid. Because at the end of the day, what new traders are fighting, and a lot of times they don't realize it, it's themselves. And that goes for you, it goes for me. Like the biggest threat to my account isn't my due diligence, it isn't my strategy. It's, am I getting greedy? Is it pride? Yep. Is it, hey, I just had a huge win? Maybe now I'm like, let's play, let's buy some Tesla puts.
Right. Dude, I gotta say, usually whenever I have like a bad day, like if I have a bad red day, it's usually occurs right after a massive run. Yeah. Where like I'm on fire. And then and this is something that I deal with myself, even at this point in my trading career, which is something I've actually always kind of dealt with throughout my career, because I had a lot of success very early on. Even like when I was working at the fund, I won that Trader of the Year award. And it was just like, I was super young. I was making a lot of money. I was like, okay. And I refused to admit that I was wrong sometimes. And it would really cause me to get hurt. I used to have some really big losses when I was younger. And I was like kind of just a wild cowboy when it came to some of that stuff. But even now, when I'm hot, if I'm on like a 2-3 week run where it's like I just can't miss, that's sometimes when there's a very, very fine line in trading between confidence and arrogance. And as soon as you cross that line, the market will humble you the second you cross that line. And that's something that even to this day, I still have to kind of make sure that I keep myself grounded with that.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I struggled with. And one of the things that I do is I have guardrails, right? So I take profit. So I was taking profit twice a week. Without fail, I would take it on Monday and then I would take it on Thursday. And as the market has just kind of been crazy, now I'm taking it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm trying to, but I'm still like, even now I'm like grappling with it. I'm like, I was having a one-on-one today and I'm like, I'm thinking about just moving all of this to like my long-term account and then just going back to, like under 100K and trading with it, just so I can preserve this,
Right.
because it's getting so swollen that a big fear of mine is I'm going to do something stupid with it, and that's what the thing is. The thing is, like, a lot of you guys need to do audits of your accounts and see like what days you're strong, what days you're weak. I can tell you Friday is like my weakest day, and it's probably the weakest day for a lot of you. The reason being, well, the casino is closed on Saturday. So you're not trading. Everybody wants to hit a home run on Friday. So that's why one of the reasons that I made Thursday compulsory for take profit, and it's always the same amount, is because the next day it wouldn't be there, and then I'd look at it as like, oh, I'm down, and I have got to be conservative, So like Fridays are for setups and maintenance. And I still do that. Like Friday, you're not going to see me like throwing out like tons of trades. You're going to see me trading stuff that I'm in and managing and doing a lot of maintenance. Look, at the end of the day, all of you and all of us are going to come into three categories. We're either going to be fast, where meaning like we get into something, we get out. We're going to be first, we do the due diligence. We've got a long-term idea and it works out, or we're going to get lucky. And identifying that you're lucky is probably the most important part, because the lucky money is the first money to go. So when you get into a trade and you're like, holy shit, like I should have lost on that trade, the first thing you should do is take all of that profit and put it into a stock that you don't like. Put it into AT&T, put it in the most boring stock, that you can think of, or something that you think is like, like an airline or like a Boeing that in 5 years it'll probably.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, Monir Rad just joined the 1-year membership, guys. Give a big welcome to Monir Rad. Monir, welcome to the TTG family.
Hey, Monir.
I Wolf. Next question, and then I'll I got a couple more here, and then I'll let you go. So I know Corey we were joking earlier about how you say, you're not a chartist per se, right?
I'm not.
But you do use them, right? So like, how does this factor into adjustments and strategies for new traders?
So, okay. And this is, guys, this is where I'm completely different from everybody else, right? Now, I do look at charts, okay?
Oh, wait, hope we just got Bammy Enterprises just joined the 1-year membership also. Welcome to the family, Bammy.
So I do look at charts, okay? But the way that I trade, I look at it as a pizza pie, kind of like Mike looks at a pizza pie, right? Except when Mike looks at a pizza pie, he sees, maybe 6 slices are the technicals, 2 slices are everything else. I look at it as 2 slices are maybe the technicals, and then there's everything else. So I'm the inverse. Look, what I tell people is, especially depending on what they're trading, look, I trade to my strengths, right? I trade things that I know, things where I can get behind them for a fundamental purpose. If my due diligence and my idea is correct, then the charts and everything will line up. Now, the charts are helpful if I'm coming into it for the first time. They're helpful if I'm like, is this going to turn around? Maybe I wanted to have some options going on it. So like really when I'm looking at the charts, the thing that I look at the most is the moving averages and the MACD. Like that's it. And really like the moving averages, I'm like, like I'm looking at the MACD. I'm looking for that curl. If I need to get crazy, I just asked Simmons. I'm like, what's the
what do you think about it? Where's support resistance? Tell me.
Yeah. I'm like, but that's also part of it, right? I know where the supports and resistances are because I'm also watching the stock
every day.
And I'm watching the stock and I can eyeball it. Like my mutant power is remembering price action. Yep. What it did here, what it did there. Like when I was in a Beyond Meat trade like 2 weeks ago. And it kills me that I'm not in it anymore. But I would have an alert on my phone because I'm like, man, this thing, every time it gets to this level, it bounces. So we got into it. Well, it bounced. Got into it. It bounced. And then it broke below. And I was like, huh. All right, it'll bounce again here. So we got into 117 calls. It went to like 119. I sold them. The thing goes to 142 in like 2 days.
Really? I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, when we were in that trade last week, it went. There was Taco Bell news. Beyond Meat, when our calls were still would be expiring today. We were in 117 calls that expire on January 22nd, and now it's at like 135. I'm dying. I know.
Taco Bell news, you said?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't in it. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh
I'm like, what? Johnny Mac was like, yo, are you still in Beyond Meat? And I'm like, no, man, I got out of that. And I was like, why is he asking me about Beyond Meat? And I look and I was like, $142. I go, what the hell happened?
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm not even, I didn't have the stomach to look at it.
Oh my God. I don't blame you. All right, last question of the night.
Sure.
What is the most important part of your own personal strategy that you could impart into new and old TTG members? I think I know what it is.
Clothing optional. It's you've got to be patient. I think that's probably the biggest problem with everybody. You've got to be patient. You can't rush it, but you also have to extend your time horizon on these things. Like you have to understand that the person that tries to hit the most home runs is going to strike out a lot.
Yeah.
You get a lot of base hits. That's what you want. My whole thing is if I see $100 bill on the ground, I'm just going to pick it up. It's really simple. Okay. Because as long as I'm making money, I'm not losing money. And, I treat it, I treat my trading like a business, and I treat it like something like close to your heart, like a pizza by the slice place, where maybe the slice of pizza isn't expensive, but if I sell a lot of slices, I can make a lot of money. And
nothing better than New York City dollar slice pizza.
I know.
Nothing
pizza by the slice.
And watch, I'm going to get a bunch of people from Chicago are going to type in chat right now. No.
Oh my God, Chicago deep dish.
The answer is no.
What did you think I was going to say?
I know.
Because
I thought you were going to say the importance of taking profit along like the trade a core, hold a core.
But it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody goes broke taking profit. Like I don't get upset with I'll joke about something like Beyond Meat, that trade. But at the end of the day, it could easily go the other way. And you're going to have those home runs, right? Like the biggest home runs that I've had option-wise were not because I was just like a wizard that day. It's because I was in a position to hold.
Are you seeing all the comments? Like everyone's typing their favorite pizzeria in chat. This is great. We started a whole pizza argument.
So yeah, like I forgot what I was saying, but look, if your thing is you take profit too soon, that's a good problem to have, and the rest will work itself out.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool, man. Awesome. Wolf, thanks for joining me tonight, brother. I appreciate it. You stay crushing all those pot stocks. And,
Okay.
and everything else. And you've been hot, man. You've been hot.
Yeah, pot stocks is kind of like the easiest money out there for
Go
me.
take a cold shower.
I'm gonna try.
All right, well, everybody give the Wolf a follow on Twitter for some sheer entertainment, if anything else. His Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen, at Wolf of Weed Street. Street is ST. Wolf, thanks a lot for joining me here tonight, my man. I will see you
later
tomorrow with the rest of the group, and we'll finish this week off strong.
Bye.
Later, man. All right, guys. What a live stream, man. I love this stuff. We've got a really nice that was a really nice live. We had some cool guests. We had a lot of good lessons. Give me a follow on Twitter, guys. My Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen. It is right there at MikeEdward_TTG. I'm always giving you guys trade ideas and trade recaps right there on my Twitter handle. So you guys make sure you guys go ahead there and give me a follow on Twitter. Now, what I want to do here real quick, guys, I want to know how many people that are still on the live that were just watching me interview the Wolf and my main man, C-Note Corey, and went through a bunch of lessons for you guys on POLA, on risk management, proper position sizing, wedge patterns, BBIG. I want to know how many of you are not members of True Trading Group. If you're not a member, go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now. All right, we got Dennis Nealon, David McAllister, we got Jag New York City, we got Plush Productions, Debbie Cooper, Lisette, Gunnar, Peter Donahue, David McAllister, Ecam. We got AJ Kaswan, Mark Peterson, Brendan. There's Brendan Frazier. That's why. Sabine Chodhary, Wendy Dennis, Nima Amani, Adam Bashir. Nice, guys. Good. All right, good. So we have a lot of non-teaching members that are joining me here tonight, guys. Listen up, guys. If you all typed the letters TTG in chat right there, I want you guys to listen up real quick and pay close attention, because I'm about to explain to you guys what makes TTG so much more than just a chat room or an alert service. We are a platform that teaches you how to stand on your own 2 feet, okay, financially, and teaches you guys how to fish. Okay, it's not just a buy here, sell here, but we are an entire platform that gives you guys the tools, resources, and education to be a consistently profitable trader. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question, right? What is it worth to you to learn a skill that's got the potential to change your life for the better, to help you stand on your own 2 feet financially, and to help you guys achieve your goals that you all typed to me in chat before? What would something like that be worth to you? You saw Corey on here explain to you guys, what it means to him to be able to, replace essentially his income from his regular job with everything that happened with COVID, and be able to replace that by being now a consistently profitable full-time trader. Okay, so what would that mean to some of you? Because right now, a membership to True Trading Group, normally a membership would cost you $2,212 for a 1-year membership. That's all inclusive. Okay. But tonight on this live stream, you can use coupon code TTG121 to get a 40% discount on that membership. That drops the price all the way down to only $1,311 when you use coupon code TTG121. That price point is good up until midnight tonight. You've got 2 hours to take advantage of that $1,311 price point before the price goes up. Now, you might be saying, that sounds like a lot. If you think that sounds like a lot, think again. Let me explain to you guys why, because that is an all-inclusive membership for the year. There are no upsells in TTG ever. You guys get access to every single thing that we have. We take the top premium trading tools and products and we bundle them together as part of your TTG membership. Included in your membership comes a Benzinga Live Pro newsfeed that gives you breaking up to the second news alerts directly in our chat room. Okay. An informed trader is a profitable trader, guys. Okay, getting news at the, within seconds of them hitting the wire is crucial for an active trader. That Benzinga Pro news feed gives us that ability right in our chat room. You also have a Squawk Box feature that allows you to turn on your speakers and someone can read the news headlines out to you out loud instead of you having to read them. Maybe you're focused in a trade and you don't want to be reading a news headline. You can have someone read it out loud to you. Okay. Also with your membership comes real-time level 1, full book level 2, real-time options data, and a trade simulator that allows you to trade stocks and options with fake money but real-time data. This is the perfect tool for you guys to practice implementing what you learn in the courses. Practice doing it with fake money first before you start trading with real money. You're also going to have access to our Trade Ideas preset real-time scanner streamed directly to our members throughout the day. Okay, this is a scanner that's going to show you stocks that are making a new high of the day, stocks that are trading unusual volume activity. Okay, your top gainers, your leading gappers on the day, all of that is streamed directly to our members at no additional fee. And you get access to TradingView Pro's charting software with real-time streaming data as part of your membership with True Trading Group. Okay, you're going to get at least a minimum 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts from a community of traders that is currently sporting, I think, an 84% win rate right now, which means that 84% of the time that myself or one of the other moderators calls out a trade in chat, it is a profitable one. Okay, we have been, guys, the chat's been on fire lately. Honestly, the chat's been on fire lately with, 84% win rate or 85. I think we're at 84 and change. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, it's absolutely incredible. It's just that there's a lot of action right now in all sectors. It really is a good market right now. But like I said, no upsells ever. So what does that mean? You're going to get access to every single course that we have. You don't sign up and then all of a sudden there's these VIP or pro courses that are going to cost you more money. All of our courses are included when you sign up with coupon code TTG121. This is a 15-course curriculum that I wrote and put together that is a simplified version of the education that I went through and I received when I worked at the fund, my very first job at a college. They did not let me touch a dollar of their money until I went through their educational training program. That is where I learned how to trade. When you go through the TTG curriculum, you're getting a simplified version of that education. Same education I received. That's the same education I share with my TTG members. Okay. In addition to that, you're getting access to over 90 hours of additional educational video content, which are recorded webinars and workshops that myself and the other moderators have conducted, covering different topics. Okay. Some of those topics include, how to grow a $500 account to a $25,000 account, how to trade with a full-time job, how to avoid FOMO and have the confidence to pull the trigger, getting started with beginner trading options. All of these are in addition to the courses. The courses are in text and video format, but then we have this video library that includes all of these different resources. We also have Trader Palooza coming up on January 30th on Saturday. That is our 4th Trader Palooza. Okay. Trader Palooza, for those that do not know, is a 12-hour long all-day virtual trading workshop where myself and the other moderators conduct 1-hour workshops covering various topics that members of True Trading Group can log in and log out based on the workshop they want to attend. So we send out an itinerary and you guys can, maybe you want to log in at 10 o'clock to go over my position sizing workshop. And then you want to come back at 1 o'clock for the Wolf's Pot Stock webinar. You want to come back at 3 o'clock for Momin's swing trading large cap options session. Okay. It's up to you. All right. But it's an all day long virtual trading workshop. That's on January 30th. It's totally free for all of our TTG members. Okay. And then this Sunday, make sure you guys set your reminders because it's Tesla giveaway day. Every time we get 300 new members, we raffle off a brand new Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash. All right. We have achieved that mark. You can see the progress bar has reset back to 0, which means we have achieved the 300 member mark. And we are now going to be raffling off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern live right here on this YouTube channel. One lucky True Trading Group member is going to be walking away with either a brand new Tesla or $30,000 cold, hard cash. All you have to do to be included in that raffle is be a full-time member of True Trading Group. So anyone that signs up with coupon code TTG121 will have their names included in that raffle this Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not forget to set your reminders and join me. Okay, guys, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. And you can see we're almost at the Porsche giveaway. So that Porsche giveaway, every 150 lifetime members that we get, we raffle off a brand new Porsche or $50,000 cash. You can see we're probably, that looks like maybe 75 or 80% of the way there. Okay. Guys, real quick though, as of 5 p.m. tomorrow, after 5 p.m. tomorrow, I am closing off the raffle for the Tesla $30,000 giveaway. Okay, so anyone that signs up with coupon code TTG121 by tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, will have their name included in the raffle for the Tesla or $30,000. If you sign up at 5:01 p.m. Eastern, you'll have to wait until the next one. Okay, if you're already a member, you don't have to do anything. You're automatically included in the raffle. You don't have to register. You don't have to sign up. Just being a member, you're automatically included. Okay. So guys, like I said, a 1-year membership would normally cost you $2,012 for the year, but right now you can use coupon code TTG121, get a 40% discount, bring the price all the way down to just $1,311. And anyone that signs up by midnight tonight, you're going to lock in that $1,311 price point. And then you're also going to, lock in that $1,311 price point. And then you guys are also going to, you're also going to get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. Guys, and here you guys can see again our trading history. Okay, fully transparent. You guys can see all the wins, all the losses, all the break-evens. There it is right there on your screen. Okay, there's the trading history. We keep track of all of our trades on the TTG website for you guys all to see and track our trades. All right. So anyone that signs up by midnight tonight, guys, like I said, that $1,311 price point is going up at midnight. So you guys can use coupon code TTG121 before midnight. And then I'll also include a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet, totally free. Okay, totally free. All right, we're even going to cover the shipping because it's the perfect tool for you guys to stay connected on the go. If you're at work, you're on the golf course, you're at your kid's soccer game, whatever it is, I want to make sure you guys have a nice Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. You guys can stay connected, open up your brokerage account, be connected and chat with that mobile app. That mobile app allows you to stay connected, guys, with chat because you can see the screen share, you can listen to the audio analysis, and you get real-time push notifications whenever one of our mods enter or exit a trade, and that'll come up real-time for you right there through the mobile app, and you guys can use that Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet to do so, okay? So that might sound cool, right, that the free Amazon Kindle Fire, but when you talk about value, let me explain to you guys real quick because that Benzinga news feed I told you about, Benzinga charges $1,188 a year for that service. It's included for free when you guys sign up with that coupon code. All right. A stock simulator would cost you $750 a year. Real-time level 1, full book level 2 would be $990 for the year. And trading views per charting software would be $720 for the year. That's $3,648 in premium services and resources that are included with your membership when you use coupon code TTG121. Guys, lock in that $1,311 price point now because every 24-hour period, we are moving that price jumps by a couple of bucks, and it's going to continue to do so as we're going to raise that price slowly up towards $2,000. So make sure you guys lock in that discounted price now. Before midnight, before that price goes up. That's TTG121. And here's what I'm willing to do, okay? Here's what I'm willing to do for those of you that are still on the fence that types TTG in chat, okay? What I'm willing to do is I'm going to show you guys right now. You guys can see 5-star rated on Trustpilot with 763 reviews. 763 reviews, 5 stars, okay? Take it from your peers, guys. Take it from your peers. But here's what I'm willing to do to anyone that is still on the fence. I'm about to show you how much I believe in True Trading Group and how confident I am that if you put in a little bit of work, this can and will work for you. So here's a deal I'm willing to offer you. Anyone that signs up with coupon code TTG121 tonight before midnight, not only are you going to get a free Amazon Kindle Fire, not only are you going to get a 40% discount, but I'm also going to give you a money back guarantee. Allow me to explain. If you sign up by midnight with that coupon code, go through all of our courses, pass all of the quizzes at the end of the courses, and attend one of our private study group sessions. And if you are still not able to make back the $1,311 at least once throughout the year of your membership, I will give you all of your money back. That is how much I believe that if you put in a little bit of effort, this can and will work for you. This is the same education that I received when I worked at the fund. It's the same education that I'm passing on to all of my members. I see the success that they're having. I talk to my members on a daily basis. I do at least 2 one-on-ones every single day. The other moderators are talking to our members every single day. And you guys, I see the success that they're having. And that's why I'm confident enough to say, if you're willing to put in a little bit of work, I'm willing to give you a money back guarantee. And that's how. So what do you guys have to lose now at this point? I'm basically guaranteeing your membership costs. So what do you have to lose? Just your goals, right? Your goals, because of potentially never becoming a consistent profitable trader and not maybe retiring or buying a house or paying for your kids' college and all those goals that you guys all typed for me in chat before. That's potentially what you're giving up, because I'm going to cover your $1,311. If you sign up by midnight, do all the courses, pass all the quizzes, and attend one of our private study groups, if you still don't make that money back at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'll give it back to you. That's the deal I'm willing to give to you, because that's how much I believe and that's how much I stand behind the education and TTG program. Okay. Otherwise, if you guys are still not ready, like I said, don't forget, we do have that 7-day trial. That's our TTG3 trial program. For that, that's going to give you 7-day access to our dashboard, give you 3 sample trial courses included with your membership, access to the trading history, access to our due diligence tool, which includes free analyst ratings. And you will also be getting 3 days to come and trade with us live in our chat room with that trial. And for that, just go to ttgthree.com. You don't have to, there's no reoccurring payment. There's no auto renew. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during a trial, but you guys are under no obligation to do so whatsoever. That's ttgthree.com. Listen, if you sign up for the trial, it's a great way to get a feel for the community and see if TTG is right for you. However, I can't guarantee, or not, I can't guarantee, I can't give you the $1,311 price point. If you guys sign up for the trial, I can't give you that 40% discount. You will not be included in the Tesla $30,000 giveaway on Sunday, and you will not be getting the free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. Okay. But those of you that are ready to join the team right now and want that 40% discount, use coupon code TTG121 right now before midnight. Lock in that $1,311 price point before the price goes up at midnight. And we're just going to keep slowly moving that price higher to work our way up to $2,000 for a membership. So you guys want to make sure you take advantage of that discount now. That's going to also get you that free Amazon Kindle. And it's going to also give you automatically enter your name to give you a chance to win the Tesla or $30,000, which I'm going to be giving away live on Sunday, 8:30 p.m. right here on this YouTube channel. So make sure you guys set your reminders. Thanks for joining me here tonight, guys. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, never miss out on one of these lives. I'm always sharing golden nuggets of information with you guys on here. I'll continue to update you guys on that new swing trade as well as the trade unfolds. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight. If you haven't done so, smash that like button. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Have a great night.